We're going to work on some foiling. It is for this project, our iris commission. I'm almost done smoothing out all the pieces. I did some grinding earlier today, so I'm going to be working on that. I'm going to bring them all over while I have maybe a few people in the beginning. So that's what I'm doing over here, is just grabbing all of these pieces, and then we'll get all the glass dust off of them and start foiling. So today, I did all my weird spear pieces, which was pretty fun. I used my ring saw, cleaned it up. I think this is potentially one of the weirder pieces that we did. I did. It's a very crazy piece. I don't know where I would be without the ring saw, if we're being honest. If we're being quite honest. Okay, there's that. Okay. I still have more pieces, but I just wanted to go ahead and bring these over. I'm hoping that we can finish all of these pieces today, and then maybe, depending on how we feel, working on the lantern that we worked on Friday. I'm sorry if you can hear loud clanging in the background. My significant other is a personal trainer, and he's training someone right now. Okay. Here's all of our pieces. Ooh. Okay. So now we have this pile of glass. So what we're gonna do is get a wet cloth and get all the dust off of the edges. There you go. Oh, you can see my plans. Yay! Alright, so let's grab our chair. And we need... I think I used this last time. And we have some ice water. Let's shut this blind before it gets too hot in here. Alright, I think we are ready. Alrighty. So yeah, I hope everyone is doing well today. It's 2 p.m. my time, Sunday. I hope everyone is having a very relaxing weekend. On Friday, hey Neil, how's it going? On Friday I said we were gonna go biking. We did not go biking yesterday. It's the time of the year that it's very rainy here, and it's like unpredictable, violent storms. So we just decided to have like a lazy day inside, and we played video games all day, which was nice. It was nice. What are you up to today, Neil? Hey, Renee, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Let's move this and can't read your name. I'm using Restream something the new virus. Hello. Sky the new virus. Welcome. Welcome. Sometimes on Twitch, so I use Restream, and the Restream chat background is like kind of purple. So sometimes on Twitch when people's names are like bluish purple, it's just like, it's so hard to read. Anyway, welcome. How are you doing? We're just getting all the glass dust off of these pieces for our custom commission, and then we'll start foiling. Made a second bench seat, step stool, and bust my workbench. Fixed it though. Oh no! How did you... what happened to it? What happened? I always try to like clean the dust off as I go, but it's not something you want to risk having a bunch of dust on it and then like the foil lifting, especially for a commission like this that's so huge. It's huge. I changed my name to Green. Thank you. I can read it now. Was a prank I did to a streamer where everyone's name was purple. Ah, I see. I think most people's names end up being purple, but thank you for changing it. Now I can see it without my eyes being like, what? What are you up to today? Do you, are you a streamer as well? Do you like to do crafty things? What is your, what's your deal? What do you like? I feel like most people I've met from Twitch are also streamers, so it's kind of nice. There's like this really cute little like makers and crafting community on Twitch that I'm kind of discovering. I like watching people craft. Well, perfect. You have come to the perfect place. So this piece is a custom commission, so you can see the outline up here. This is 12 inches across by 21 inches tall. If you use metric, I'm sorry, I don't exactly know what that converts to, but it's like, it's as wide as this. So this wide, and then about 2 of these tall. So pretty sizable piece. It's the biggest piece that I've made so far. Normally I make like small sun catchers and stuff, so we're learning new things as we go. Well, this whole process has been pretty straightforward. I think it's, the soldering is going to be a little bit overwhelming because it's such a big piece, but it'll be fine. It will be fine. Glass, yes. Most people assume that I am a glass blower. Like most people that see, like if I'm talking to other streamers, I say stained glass and they're like, oh, like glass blowing. And then I'm like, no, I'm not that cool. Hello, happy Sunday, how are you? Times those numbers by 25 and you get millimeters. I am not good at simple math, so if anyone is curious, they'll have to convert it themselves. I excelled in school, I excelled at art, not math, or maths, as people in the UK like to say. Yes. So I use multi-stream, or Restream to do a multi-stream, just because I make YouTube tutorials on how to make stained glass, so I have people come over from YouTube and like watch the streams, and if they have questions they can ask. And then I also am streaming on, if you see this left corner up here, there's a platform called DLive, which is pretty dead, to be honest, at this point. But there's a really nice little community on there, like artist community. There's not many, but they're there, and that's where I actually started streaming originally back in September. Just home from church. Lovely. I'm doing really well. Today's been pretty good. I got some patterns done for my Patreon. So I was just working on stained glass patterns this morning. I got the pattern done for my Patreon exclusive sun catcher. So I do a monthly Patreon sun catcher, and I got the pattern for this coming month's done. I'm gonna keep it a surprise though, because I want them to be surprised when they get it. Although I might do a poll and see like how many people actually want to be surprised. So we'll see. But I got that done this morning. That's pretty much it. I got some grinding done, so I smoothed out the rest of the pieces that need to be smoothed for this. So that's what we're working on now, is foiling. And of course, getting the glass dust off of the edges. I want to touch the glass, but I don't think that's a good idea. It's fine. It's fine. Art glass like this is actually much thicker and much more predictable than like picture frame glass. So there can be pretty sharp edges when it's not smoothed out. There can be very sharp edges. I got cut earlier today. But this is actually like, you would have a very hard time hurting yourself on a piece like this, because everything is really smooth. All the edges are very smoothed out, so you wouldn't have to worry. No worries. It is pretty though. A lot of people say they want to eat it. I don't know why that's a thing now, but people will be like, it looks so crunchy, and they want to like take a bite. I'm like, no, no. Yes, the monthly sun catchers. I know, I hate being repetitive, but like for people who are new to the stream, like if there's anyone watching who's not familiar with me, I like to try to be explain as much as possible, so people aren't like, what the heck is that? Don't eat glass. Yes, please don't do that. Hello, Cat S. Welcome. Welcome to my YouTube. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'll say Sky, I'll just call you Sky. Hi, I want to try stained glass one day. Your channel helps give me inspiration. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy. Whoop, whew, loud. It's a really, really fun hobby. It takes a lot of patience, but I'm sure you know that from like looking into it and watching videos and stuff, but I just always like to be like, patience, we need patience. Do you have any places that are close to you, Kat, that you might be able to do classes at, or do you think you would just go ahead and like buy all the materials, or are you just kind of like seeing what it's all about and figuring out if it might be something you want to do? I turned your stream on to have in the background, but I have the attention span of a fly. That is okay. I am totally fine with just lurking, and if you do have questions, feel free to ask, but also don't feel like pressured to ask questions and stuff and participate. No worries. I'm usually just rambling on anyway and just kind of just talking about, oh, whatever. So I use it as my time to like think out loud. I think I would learn from YouTube videos easier since I don't have to schedule going someplace. Yeah, I think that's totally fair. I'm lucky enough to have quite a few stained glass places very near to me, but I'm very stubborn, so I didn't want to listen to anyone. And I felt like I would learn more by just getting into it and trying it, which I think I did. Like, I think it was very valuable for me to like kind of struggle in the trenches of stained glass with very minimal not steering. I can't think of the word right now. Guidance. There we go. Minimal guidance. I knew it would come to me. Also, cool tattoos. Did they hurt? Technically yes, but so I have a few tattoos. I have my ankles tattooed, and then I have a thigh piece. And those were the first tattoos that I got. But this one, the artist actually uses a numbing agent. So he does the outline, like he'll tattoo all of the line work without any numbing. And then he'll go in, wrap your arm in this numbing stuff. And because there's trauma to the skin, the numbing stuff can get in there. And then after that, it's like pretty much a piece of cake. So he's not really into the like, oh, tattoos need to be painful. Because then if they're super painful, you're gonna have people tap out. It's actually brilliant that he does that from a business perspective, because he can have people sit and just do like 10-hour sessions, and it's like just a piece of cake. So like, yes and no. They did it in the beginning, and then they don't hurt after he applies this stuff. And I don't know why, like, some people are ashamed to admit that, like if they need numbing. I don't care. Tattoos hurt. They just hurt. And they don't, like, you don't have to be tortured. I want to get some smaller tattoos. I kind of like the random small tattoos over the body. Ooh, they can definitely be really cute. The, like, random small ones, that's not, like, for me, I view one part of my body as one tattoo. But I definitely have seen it where there's a girl that I used to watch on YouTube that she had her leg done, and it was like a bunch of small tattoos, and that actually looked really, really cool. It's not like my style, but I've definitely seen people have it where it's like super cute. I hate pain. I do too. I can only sit, if there's no numbing stuff, I can only sit in it for like 2 hours tops for tattoos. Like my thigh, I had to split it into 3 sessions, and it was like torture. It was just torture. But yeah, my tattoo artist he's done this whole sleeve, and then he did my other side as well. And then I'm just kind of like waiting to save up money to get more, because obviously this arm is so naked. Did you say you are self-taught with stained glass? Hello, Jami. Yes, I am. I sure am. I did watch like some YouTube videos, but a lot of it just came from like trial and error. When I started, there weren't like a huge amount of tutorials on YouTube. So it was a lot of just like trial and error and kind of figuring it out as I went. Oh, I forgot to get more water. But I think it's super valuable to have that like those failures, right? I mean, my first project that I did, it took me like 7 hours to cut all the glass for a leaf, which now that would take me like 45 minutes. I've been trying to find a class because I learn best hands-on, but no one's been having classes, plus they have a huge... Oh, Jamie. Okay, gotcha. Sorry. I used to work with someone whose name was spelled like that, and she pronounced it Jami. So, Jamie. Sorry. Yeah, and that's totally, like, some people, like, everyone learns differently. So for some people, classes are a lot better. And there's definitely, like, I definitely learned from hands-on, and, like, it would have been more helpful. It wouldn't have taken me as long to get where I'm at, I think, if I had some guidance. But there's also, like I said, I think it's kind of valuable to, like, struggle through it and, like, learn what is what works best for you and kind of go with like intuition almost, if that makes sense. Where do you sell your pieces? Are there fairs close by to you? I actually have never sold my pieces in person before. I sell everything online. So I have an Etsy, which is there, if you want to check it out. And I just sell everything online. So I'm self-taught as well. Just watched some YouTube videos, and I have my mom who did stained glass years ago. Yes, exactly. My grandpa used to. He lives really far away from me though, so we didn't really talk too much about like different techniques. I just like talked for a while without breathing, I'm sorry. So I got to ask him a few things, but most of it came from like trial and error and YouTube videos. I'm self-teaching myself, stained glass, gaining lots of knowledge, spending time with you, really struggling cutting glass. My grinder gets lots of use. Do you use the Toyo tap wheel cutter blade? I use Toyo. Here, I'll show you mine. I don't know about tap wheel, from being honest. So this is the one that I use. It's just a pencil grip. Also, I'm glad to be helpful. Yeah, I just like was ranting for so long. I was just like, air. So this is the one I use. It is a Toyo. I turned autofocus off, but yeah, it's Toyo. Cutting can be a little tricky to get used to sometimes. So it's just a lot of expensive supplies if it doesn't end up being something you love. Exactly. It took me about 6 months before I decided like, yes, this is something I want to do. I was really super lucky, and my grandpa used to do stained glass, so he actually gave me a lot of his materials and the glass that he had left over, so that was a nice little starting point. I did have to replace a lot of the stuff though. Like I had to get a new cutter. This is my second one that I've gotten, but you can keep it pretty simple. I'm gonna try to start foiling, and because I'm just like talking and not doing anything. Cutting glass is harder than I thought it would be. It is very difficult, and it changes depending on what kind of glass you're using too. So your thicker and more opaque and textured glass is going to be much harder to work with than transparent and thinner and like more smooth glass. There's a lot of factors to take into consideration though. Let me, I'm gonna move this because my camera, what's happening is my camera is in the way of my computer screen. Okay, I think that's a bit better. So, I don't know, let's just get into it. Let's just start foiling. We're gonna hand foil a lot of these just because I like the control that it gives me versus using the table foiler. Especially for small pieces like this. A piece like this would be just a headache to do in the table foiler. And I can show you what a table foiler is in a little bit if you're not familiar with it, if you are newer. Did you read any books to learn about stained glass work? I did not. I didn't pick up a single stained glass book. When I tell you I'm stubborn, I mean that I am stubborn. I don't really learn by, I don't learn very well by reading either. I'm definitely like especially with stained glass, there were so many different steps. I'm not a reader. I'm like a watcher, and I think a hands-on person. So that's why I think I did prefer to just kind of learn it myself and try to figure it out myself. And there were definitely things that, like, when I look back on it, I was like, that was stupid. I should not have done that. But, you know, what are you gonna do? It was, I was new. Okay, good. I didn't miss any messages. It just takes patience, though. It's really easy when you first start to see all of these really grand stained glass pieces and all these artists that are just pumping things out, and they're super fast and they have like a really, you know, efficient workflow. It's really easy when you're just starting out to get kind of overwhelmed and compare your current ability with your, you know, counterparts, but don't worry about that. I know I did it a lot in the beginning. I'm gonna be honest, I still struggle with like comparing myself and being like, oh, I don't feel like I'm as good as this person, but you know, when I compare my work to what I did in the past, and it's like so much better. I'm a drawing artist right now, and those huge drawing books can be a lot. Oh, very nice. What kind of stuff do you like to draw? And if you post your work anywhere, please feel free to post links. I really like seeing other artists' work and trying to help support other small artists, small businesses, and that sort of thing. So please feel free to self-promote if you post stuff anywhere. You don't have to though, but I just like to put the offer out there. I just found you today. I'm looking forward to catching up on your earlier posts. Thanks so much. Oh, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm glad that you found us here. If you ever have any questions, I've been pretty consistent about live streaming, and I try to get videos up like at this point at least once a month. But if you ever have any questions, I live stream at least twice a week, so you can feel free to come on, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Sometimes I don't know answers, and I like to be upfront about that, so. Also, drawing is like a whole thing. Like, that's like a whole nother world to me. I have some experience with drawing, and like I draw all my own patterns now. So I do have some experience, but like drawing people, no. That is so overwhelming to me. I just don't even understand how people do it. Like the perspective and stuff, and like, oh, it's just wild to me. Just wild. I'm just getting into it now, but I've been practicing fruit still lifes the past couple of days. I'm also like nude portraits and landscapes. Very nice. It's always frustrating when like you have ideas in your brain and then you just can't physically draw them or like make them a reality. That's my biggest issue with drawing sometimes, with people. It's so difficult. Like there's this video game that I play called Hades, and it's a roguelike that's based off of Greek mythology, and one of the characters, goddesses, is Aphrodite, and I have this like vision of her as like an Art Nouveau version of her, and I just don't know how to draw people. I'm like, I can see it in my brain, but then when I go to work on it, it doesn't happen, and I'm just like, so frustrating. And I know that it would require a lot of like anatomy practice and stuff, and I'm just like, y'all, I ain't got time. I ain't got time for that. If I really wanted to, I could find time, but it's just like so daunting, you know? It's a lot of work sometimes. Practice makes perfect. Instagram is Catherine Rose Studio, if anyone is curious. Perfect. Thank you so much. I'm gonna write that down real quick. I really like finding new artists and trying to help support people. If anyone is interested in joining my Discord as well, I do have a Discord where you can promote your work and like feel free to just share any part of the process and be like, hey, this is where I'm at with this this piece right now, this drawing right now. And there's a lot of artists in there, and even people who don't do art, that can offer feedback and just be like, yay, arts. Another 2 hours of copper foil. Yes, lots of copper foiling. How you doing, Mark? How's it going? How are you today? Is it okay to practice on any glass? I saw a bunch at Restore Habitat for Humanity store and it is so much less expensive. I was wondering if it might. It really depends. So the thicker it is, the harder it's going to be to work with. I think that if you like can get some and just practice like cutting and really try to understand, I think it's fine. If it's super thick, it's going to be a completely different experience. But if it's like really cheap, I used to tell people like, if you really can't find any glass, like go to a thrift store and pick up some picture frames. The glass is gonna be super thin, but it's at least something that you can like kind of get your hands on the cutting tool and like practice how you're gonna, you know, cut and all that stuff. So I think that would be totally fine. They have a lot of trinkets there. Yes. Hold on, I need to change this song. Because I'm like falling asleep. Instagram is... Oh, wait, I forgot to write it down. Oh my gosh. Hold on, stand by. Where's my... Alright, here we go. I think, did you post your thing in my Discord? I think I remember that username. Now I don't have a pen. Okay, what was the other one? Catherine Rose Studio. Look at these cute little sticky notes. I have with mushrooms on them, by the way. I'll just write it down to make sure I don't forget to check it out again. There we go. That's fine. So, I said Discord earlier. I have it to auto post. But if anyone wants to join, there's that. I think most people who watch my streams are like already part of it. But if you're not, please feel free to pop in, share your work, check out other people's crafts. Really, the only thing I ask is that you're nice to people. If I see any rude behavior, you're gone. You're done. You're done. Alrighty, I have to go, but we'll catch up and be back another time, of course. It was so nice chatting with you, Jamie, and thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next stream. And I hope you have a lovely day as well. We have so many pieces to do. I don't like looking at the pile. I don't like looking at it because it's so much. It's so overwhelming, especially like when you're first starting to foil a project. You're just like, okay, there's a lot of pieces here, but it's okay. We got this. We have got this. So for any of my concave parts like this, anytime I'm doing that, I like to rub the foil to warm it up, and that helps prevent tearing of the foil. You don't have to do it super like crazy, like just a few times, and it's usually enough to get it to kind of lay down the way that you want it without it just like cracking. It can be very frustrating when you're doing foiling a piece and then it's just like all these cracks everywhere. So does anyone have any fun plans for today? Just watching little old me work? Little old me. I'm not sure what it's gonna take to clean up that lantern. I do have isopropyl alcohol that I think will be good for cleaning off all of the edges because there's a lot of gunk that's left on that lantern. I just started to do stained glass and found foiling one piece freehand was super difficult. Do you have any tips to help with centering pieces? Also, hello Miracle, how are you? Yeah, so what I like to do, I had a hard time describing this. I made a video about foiling and how to like improve your foiling. It's very difficult to explain, but I'm gonna try my best to explain it again. So whenever I'm foiling, so let me grab a piece so I can like kind of do this while I'm explaining it. Let's do this one. I'm cleaning. I need to upload an oil pastel drawing today. I'm behind on my challenge of doing 7 daily in a row because my back's feeling a little sick. Oh no! Well, I think that's a decent enough excuse. I wouldn't worry too much. I'm cleaning up and using patina on a few honeycomb pieces today. Very nice. Okay, so for foiling, what I do is I don't foil with my eyes one eye closed. Some people say that that helps them, so if it does, then that's wonderful. But what I do is I'm looking straight down my foil, and I almost look at. It's so hard to describe. It's not like my eyes aren't unfocused, but I'm kind of like just not looking at any one thing in particular while I'm foiling. And if I am looking at something, I'm looking at the foil itself. And this is really what's going to like help center it, I guess. It helps to have a foil caddy as well, so one of these to have your foil upright. And other than that, it's just a lot of practice. I prefer, like I said, I have both eyes open, and that helps me see better where it's going. I like to make sure that my foil is taut as well, because otherwise if it's loose and like it's so hard to align it. So just like pull it out, kind of the like not focusing your eyes thing, it's like the only way that I can describe it. I don't know if that sounds weird, but you're kind of like, someone said like, it's like when you're driving and you're just kind of like taking in everything as you're driving. You're not like just staring at one part of the road, like you're just kind of everywhere. If that makes sense. I hope that helps. Also, I'm very good. Thank you so much for asking. I really, really hope it made sense. Yeah. The other thing too about this, like rubbing the foil to warm it up, I tend to rub it with my fingernail. So I'm not like just using the soft part of my finger. I mean, you can see, not really, but my nails are always wonky because I'm using them as like a fid basically. So that's all I got as far as advice for foiling though. It can be a bit tricky. A bit tricky. Okay, perfect. I'm so glad. I'm always worried that sounds like crazy when I'm describing it. I think it made sense. Gotta keep your eyes everywhere, almost planning ahead, kind of. Yes, exactly. So when I'm foiling, I'm looking at just all parts of it, and especially I think the looking at all parts of it and looking where it's going to go next, as well as making sure it's taut whenever you're like, it's like all the tension is pulled out. Those I think are the most important factors for making sure your foil is centered. And of course, make sure you're in a well-lit area. Like, I think, you know, an upright posture is best. Some people like to foil on their couch in the living room, like while they're watching TV. So I would just say make sure you have like a nice bright light so you're not having difficulty seeing where it's going. Does the table foiler not work well for the shapes you're working with? Yeah, it's really not ideal. Like, I technically could, like with this piece I probably could have, and some of these I definitely can, but I was focusing on the smaller pieces and then got a little carried away. But like this piece, this can be a little strange with this corner. So there will be some pieces that I'll be using the table foiler for. This though, like that's hand foil central right there. There's no way, obviously. But I'm just getting all the hand foil stuff out of the way, and then we'll switch over to the table foiler. Also, hello, how are you doing? Welcome. Yeah, like this piece. No way. No way. Does anyone have any projects that they're working on right now? Anything that you're planning on working on? I know a lot of people like craft alongside my streams, which just makes me super happy. I'm new to glass and wasn't sure if I should get one. Ah, I see. I really like it, although I'm gonna be honest and say that I don't really use it all too much. Like I do and I don't. So if you're like mass producing things, I think it's worth it. Or if you're just constantly working on like really big simple pieces, it can take like this. It's perfect for like big pieces like this. But it just depends on the volume and if you want to spend money on something that will, it improves your efficiency. I would say about 35% increase in efficiency. Like it's nothing crazy, but it definitely, for someone like me, like when I'm doing all those honeycombs, it is like it adds up. So oh, I'm so happy. Thank you so much. I just wanted people to not be like in the trenches like I was. I felt like I was scrounging for information when I was first starting out. And it was like really good timing too, because everyone started doing stained glass because of just being home all the time. So perfect timing. Oh, I did mess this up. Lame. That's okay. We'll fix it. We will fix it. I'll put a little foil patch on this to make it look better. It's not a huge deal, but I don't like it. Alright, so my hand slipped. You won't be able to tell on the camera. I'm not even gonna try to explain it. My hand slipped and like crunched the foil down in one spot, and I don't like how thin it is. So it's one of those things where I'd be like, look, it's so bad, and then like the camera won't even pick it up. Oh, like a side note about patina too. I saw I think a newer stained glass artist, I don't recall who it was, applying a patina with no gloves on. Please wear gloves when you're using chemicals. For all of those who are just starting out, I would never thought that I would have had to like really make sure that that's something people are aware of. What is going on? But yeah, make sure you wear gloves. I keep hearing like screaming and it sounds like my dog, so I'm gonna go make sure my dogs aren't like fighting or something, so I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. My dogs are fine. I don't know what that was. I think it might have been one of Brian's clients that was like laughing. It was just very loud. So I got a new game for my Switch yesterday. I don't know how many people like to play video games, but I got a game called Monster Sanctuary because it was on sale. I like sales, so I got Monster Sanctuary and I'm addicted. It's super fun. It's like Pokemon, but like kind of better in a way. Like it's not as childish as Pokemon. Like Final Fantasy, because Final Fantasy is basically the same thing. But it's really cool. It's like a side-scroller game. There's like a few bugs, but I don't know. It was $13, so I like it. I like it. Okay, I'm gonna set these aside. So this is hand foil, hand foil, hand foil. Yeah. Tiny itty bitty little pieces. This is weird wavy glass, so that's gonna have to be hand foiled as well. I think the rest we can use our table foiler. So this has to be hand foiled. Table, table, hand, table, hand. What do you clean your glass with? So what I use for after I solder and after I patina, I use CJ's Flux Remover. So it's basically just soap. It's just a soap that they've rebottled. But yeah, I use CJ's Flux Remover and then I polish with something called Leva Polish. That's just the brand that I use. There's a bunch of different kinds, but that's just what the polishing helps with the cleaning the glass, like if there's any sticky residue left over. You can also use Dawn dish soap or just like a dish soap in general, but I use CJ's Flux Remover and I really like it. So, you know, it works, so I'm not gonna like change and do something that I might not like as much. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But for the case of the lantern that I want to work on today, but I also I tend on Sundays to kind of take like a shorter day. Like I usually try to stop working around 4 or 5. I think today it'll probably be 5 because it's 3 right now. But yeah, I try to take just like a slightly shorter day. Normally I work from like 7:30 or 8 to 6, give or take a few hours. But Sunday I just want it to be a little more chill. I did only ever used to take Saturdays off, and then like Sunday would be a full work day where I started at 8 and I would stop at 6. But I think I didn't have a very good like balance, and I always felt really tired and like burnt out by the end of the week. So we are learning work-life balance. CJ's Flux Remover in my car for Amazon. Yes, I love it. Cool. It's just like stuck to itself and broke. Yeah, I love it. It's really good. I have a big bottle, and I'm pretty sure it's lasted me like almost 9 months or so. Like you don't use that much, so a big bottle will last you forever. And that's with me like doing this full time too. So definitely worth it, and it works really well. So I promise that this is not sponsored by CJ's Flux Remover. How long do you let your patina sit before washing? Not long at all. Usually, I apply the patina, and then once everything is coated, then I go wash it off. If you leave patina on for too long, different kinds of glass can actually get like this kind of rainbow discolored film from the patina. So I like to wash it as soon as I'm done because I don't like any of that film to build up. Certain glass does it worse than others. Like every glass is different. Oh, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of Spectrum glass has that happen, where it has like this kind of discoloration to it. It doesn't, like when you look through the glass is still the same color, but then there's like this weird film. It doesn't look iridescent, it's just kind of like ugly. So yeah, not very long at all. I find that black patina does it worse than copper as well. So usually once it's on there, it's usually good, and then I just rinse it off. Or I wash it with the CJ's Flux Remover. I need to put together a list of everything that I use, and that way people can see everything that I use on my to-do list. Hi, there's this lady on YouTube that showed a video where she soaked her entire piece in a small tub of patina. I was so surprised. Yeah, I'm not into that personally. That seems like a waste of patina, Because really, once you, I would have to see the video. This is just my immediate speculation off of hearing about it. So once you use patina, it's basically done. Like you shouldn't, that's why I put my patina in a little cap. And it's not like in a bin that I'm like then pouring out back into the bottle or whatever. I put it in a little cap. Because once you use it, it's done. So unless they're really tiny, that sounds like a really huge waste of patina. If that works for her though, then that is lovely. But it doesn't, just from like hearing about it, doesn't sound like it makes much sense. Also, hello. I saw one guy that he uses a spray bottle for patina, which seems hazardous, like if it sprays and gets in your eye, really bad. But everyone has their way of doing things. That's like you will talk to 10 different stained glass artists and they are all going to tell you something different of how they do like the same step. But no matter who tells you what, wear gloves when you use patina. Wear gloves! Please. Please. I saw someone not wearing gloves. It still bothers me. Like, copper patina contains copper sulfate and mineral acid. Avoid contact with eyes or prolonged contact with skin. If swallowed, give water and call physician. Use gloves! Even though it's like prolonged, why would you risk it? Why? I was told not to spray, especially if it's with iridized glass. She's super efficient by producing her work, but boy, her pieces are not up to par. Ooh, I want to see. If you want to like message me or something, like I don't want, let's not put this person on blast. I want to see. Who is it like a well-known person? Because there's a really well-known person whose soldering techniques are criminally bad and like they sell things for super, super expensive. And I'm just like, what? Told not to spray, especially if it's with iridized glass. I feel like you just shouldn't spray in general, but that kind of makes sense if it's iridized. I've seen so many gloveless patina videos it seemed optional. Hey Tiger King, how's it going? It's chemicals. Those are chemicals. Like, I double glove. If I get any on me, I'm just like, no, and I go wash my hands. Like, those are chemicals. Okay, for me, so maybe it is optional, but for me, if a bottle says danger on the front of it, even if it says harmful if swallowed, this says danger on the front. Like, that's just, for me, that's a chemical. I took too many chemistry classes and organic chemistry classes to want to mess with, like, chemicals on my skin. She's on Insta, too. Doing well, just chilling, very nice. I'm just, like, getting flustered. That's per usual. I want to know who you're talking about. If you're on my Discord, feel free to, like, message me on there. Because I want to know who you're talking about. And if we're talking about the same person, which there's not a very high chance that we're talking about the same person, but if we are, I'm going to be shocked. I don't think the person I'm thinking of makes YouTube videos. I don't know. I just think it's chemicals. Going back to the patina, it's chemicals. ask my mentor and just be like, am I being like super crazy about this? Maybe I am. Hi.
She really just wants to see your lavender.
Oh, okay. I moved the papaya, just so it, like, the sun can be really intense for it. I don't know.
Right. I'm gonna bring a mint plant for you guys.
Yay!
Very fast.
Yay! Sorry, there's just like people in my house right now. Just people. They're looking at our plants. It's not just random people, it's our friends that train with Brian. This piece is so tiny. Hello, Mars. 2K7, how is it going? We're gonna use, we'll save that for a little bit later. Gloveless patina videos. You know, my mentor said the same thing where she doesn't wear gloves when she solders, and I'm like, is that why you have like horrible illnesses? Like she has like COPD. Just showed up to look at plants, yeah. Yeah, it's our friends that they train with Brian a few times a week because he's a personal trainer. Let's see. Nothing has changed in my life in the last few days, so I don't know if there's anything for me to discuss with everyone. There's nothing for me to really chit-chat about right now. Other than my new game that I just can't stop thinking about. Plants. Chickens. No updates on chickens. We still want to get some, but we were gonna build a chicken coop, but lumber prices are stupid high right now, so we could theoretically build it out of something else. I was thinking maybe like PVC pipe, but it just seems flimsy. You like the music. Very nice. I'm glad. I feel like it's lulling everyone to sleep. I don't stream gaming just because I don't really play. Like, I play for like maybe an hour or two at night, and usually at that time I just want to like turn my brain off. I would like to, in the future, do more like variety streaming, like especially with crafts. Once we move into a different house, and like if our monthly rent isn't as high, or like if we have a mortgage and it's like way less than what we're paying now, I won't feel as, like I won't have to be like hustling as hard. And then I could feel, you know, do a little bit more like I want to do some block print streams and maybe do some like crocheting streams and like watercolor and just all sorts of things that I want to try, but just like kind of don't have time for right now. Ooh, flowers. Yes, flowers. Hello, Arctanus. How is it going? Sorry, I just like left earlier. I like got on and then I wasn't really talking because I was doing really loud stuff on my ring saw. And then I didn't know if anyone was there and I just left. I'm so rude. I just finished chopping up flowers. You dandelion murderer. Oh, I don't know if you saw it, but I changed my, I don't know if there's anyone on DLive who's subscribed right now, but I changed the subscription to say Dandy. Like, instead of being a sun bear, they're Dandy.
Dandy bear.
I don't think there was much of a following for art streams on Twitch. Oh, I didn't think. Is there a better audience on YouTube? Like, there's a ton, like, honestly, there's a ton of people on Twitch. The makers and crafting is far smaller than like normal art section, but it's still pretty poppin'. I just have a bigger following on YouTube, so I like to kind of just do all of them, and that's why I'm doing a multi-stream with everything. The dandelions are gone though. They were replaced by weeds. Oh, I see. Sad. Dandy! Hey CJ, how's it going? Do you want to say hello? What are you looking at?
No.
You're so rude.
I'm just kidding. Hi everybody. I was gonna order some food. The Mexican persuasion.
Mexican food? From where?
Hello, Canadien.
No, don't leave. I said hi.
Bonjour, Canadien. I don't know.
Were they talking about tacos or something?
No, I've been just thinking about it a whole lot.
I
Thank you, Kat.
could eat Chipotle again.
Chipotle.
Oh my god.
Kind of in the mood for taco toots, but
Taco toots?
yeah, Taco Bell. What do you want to call it?
Ho ho ho! Oui,
Oui,
baguette.
baguette. Sacré bleu.
Omelette de fromage.
Say that again.
Omelette du fromage.
Oh, cheese omelet.
It's from my childhood. It's from Dexter.
Okay.
He needs to learn a bunch for a French test.
Hello,
so
type.
he listens to a tape while he's sleeping, but it gets stuck on the person just saying omelette du fromage. And then that's like he wakes up and that's all he can say. Like he can't even speak English anymore. He just like is saying omelette du fromage.
Very good.
Hello. Hey, how's it going?
Un peu.
Oh my gosh, why does everyone speak French? What is this?
Because I started speaking French.
A little bit.
Well, I just like translated what you just said, and I said something else, and I said bonjour Canadien, referring to your Canadian friend. Canadien ami.
Oui, baguette croissant.
I'm not good though.
Guys, I took 1 semester of French and I still want to learn.
Très mal.
I took French when I was in 3rd grade, and the only thing I remember from it was like the songs that they taught us.
Yeah.
For like all of the fruits.
A, B, C, D, A, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, et les 3 dernières lettres sont X, Y, Z.
Great. You did it. You're fluent in French now.
No, I'm really not. C'est très mal. I can read it and kind of speak it, but listening to it, the fact that they cut out the last consonant of every word, it makes it really hard to know what they're saying at all times.
You're so loud. You're screaming. It got red.
Good.
Hello, how are you, ZJ? I want food. I'm so hungry.
The boy. The boy.
I don't know what that means. I don't understand why everyone says sacre. I've never heard anyone say that. That's interesting that you've never heard it. I moved.
Sacre bleu.
Oh, that's so cool! I went to Europe one time and we visited Marseille. We visited, I think it's pronounced Nice, like it's spelled nice.
Yeah.
And then Nice and Eze, E-S-E. I don't know how you would say that one. It was back when I was in high school. Like we were along the coast because we went on a cruise.
That would just be S.
Is it S? Oh. Well.
Or like, I think so, yeah. S. E-S-E.
But it was really pretty. Marseille was really cool. I can't remember what we did, but it was really, really beautiful. There was like a big church maybe that we went to that was like a really long climb up these big stairs. It took forever. It took like 45 minutes. A chain of bakeries called Paris Baguette has really good stuff. Ooh. Hola, amigo. Hola.
Hola. Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
You always get your big beard in here and then the chat starts popping off.
Thank you.
Ew, your spider mustache. Ew. You have something in
It's
your
flying
mustache.
around. What I have?
I don't know, like 50 bugs.
Nice.
Nice.
Got a little nest in there.
Spider nest? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I visited Paris too. I say I visited. I watched Ratatouille twice. Close enough.
Alright, that's... Is that Chinese for the majestic beard?
Ni hao, feng shui. Ni hao is like hello, and then feng shui is like how are
Oh yeah,
we?
I know what feng shui
Okay.
is. I don't know what ni hao is.
I think it just means hello.
Oh. The majestic beard.
I always wanted to learn German. That was like my thing that I always wanted to learn. By the way, I have a stained glass question. If you want to do the soldering of the piece you failed, how do you do it? Do you move the bad solder? Do you need to reapply flux? It really depends. Okay. It really depends on the piece itself. If it's very old, sometimes it can be hard to remelt solder that has already been put down. So it's hard to say. If it's just a small spot, usually you can kind of melt it down. But if you like messed up a piece, it really just depends on the situation. I've never just completely taken apart a piece because I messed up the solder though. It's usually just if like I cracked the glass because I like stayed on it for too long with the iron. I want to learn German too one day. I love learning languages. I want to learn languages and then I'm so bad at learning languages. Because I think I read one time that it uses the same like parts of your brain that you use to do math. And I'm really bad at math, so.
And learn music.
And that's probably why it's like a chore for me to do music too. That's why like I think I'm just like a visual artist.
I'm most in heaven when I'm switching between playing guitar and Duolingo. You can...
That sounds like just a chore. Like that is like on my
it's like literally fun to me.
Brain maintenance. Like I just have to do this, but... your Instagram is gorgeous.
All I know is nothing.
Oh, thank you so much.
3 years and nothing.
I studied Spanish in school for 7 years. I took Spanish 4 times because I switched schools.
Oh.
Because I switched schools, and they're like, you have to take our Spanish 1. So basics, Ooh, I got the basics.
I got it.
Everything past that, I don't really remember, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I took Spanish in 5th grade, and then I went to a new school the next year, and I had to retake Spanish, and then we moved to Florida, and I had to take Spanish again, and then we moved to a different school in Florida for 8th grade, and then I had to take Spanish 1 again. Because I started going to a private school, and they didn't trust the public school, which, good for them, they shouldn't.
Yep.
But when you try to melt it again, yes. Okay, I'm sorry I didn't understand that the first time. Yes, you should reapply flux, otherwise you are going to have a bad time. It's work but fun when you get to talk to native and not look like a fool. Yes, that's true. Like, if we moved to another country, we would get super serious about learning the language and, like, really just try to be as immersed as possible. So I would struggle through it. It's just right now, it's like, there's no reason for me to. There's no necessity. Into
learning Spanish just because of we're in just a very
we're
Spanish
in Florida,
neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, and it's Florida.
Yeah.
So
I want to be able to talk to my neighbors.
German is a hard language to learn. Yes, it's like super wild. They just like squish all the words together. I know more Spanish from YouTube than German in college. What a waste.
Yeah, there's a pretty good live stream. I forget her name.
Which country would you like to move to if you could? Where do we want to move? Where would we move? Because it's a we thing. I think...
If you could, you mean like could also learn the language, in theory, I would say either Norway or Iceland for me.
I would say Norway, Iceland, or Japan.
Possibly New Zealand, but maybe. Not a huge fan.
Iceland would be really cool, though.
Iceland would be great.
I think Iceland would be, like, probably number 1.
It's a very, very, very hard language.
Yeah.
There's nothing. It's the oldest language. It's still spoken today.
In high school, I had a chance to learn French, but counselor said take Spanish for easy A because I hear it at home, but I failed high school Spanish. ZJ, no! It's different, though. If you hear it, if you, like know it informally. Like, there were words that, like, we learned formally in Spanish that you have a Spanish-speaking client that she, like, her family speaks Spanish, and she's like, I've never heard that word in my life. And it was, like, a word that, like, Duolingo taught us, and I learned in high school. So it's definitely, like...
It's all very, very different from region to region.
Iceland is the bomb. They're all about the environment and using natural resources. Heck yeah. I've just, like, everyone seems really, like, I saw this story about, like, you can just, like, there's, like, mothers who, like, leave their babies, like, in a stroller outside the store, like, if it's a small store, and they can't, like, and no one, like, everyone just knows that that's safe. And it's, like, so wild to me that, like, they have such a low crime rate, and everyone's like, okay, that's a baby, yep, let's leave it alone.
Iceland, very low.
Yeah, so that is super cool to me. And everyone's, like, a strongman Viking.
Yeah. Well, they actually teach strongman to kids in school. Yeah, the police just murdered, like, they just killed somebody for the first time ever in, like, 2009 or 2010 in Iceland. And it was like the guy that the police killed, it was literally a guy that was firing off a shotgun. It's the first police to civilian death, though.
I lived there for 4 years and think if you guys are English speaker, it shouldn't be that hard to learn Norwegian.
Norwegian, yeah.
Yeah, we like started learning the basics and it wasn't really that bad.
It's very familiar.
Yeah. So there were definitely things where we're like, oh, that's kind of cool. I think it would be fine.
See, it seemed very, of all the languages I've come in contact with, like, very closely related to English.
I think...
Like, obviously the Latin-derived ones have a lot of similarities, but...
I think, honestly, for me, the, like Scandinavian countries thing, the thing that I feel like I would struggle with the most is the just difference in how, like, loud we as Americans are, and like how outgoing we are versus most of the rest of the world. Like we met this guy who's from Norway, and he's like, it's a very introverted country. Like people just keep to themselves, and like it's kind of weird for people to like, hey, how's it going? And like Americans are just like, well, howdy, partner.
Yeah.
I just like smile at everyone, and like
they're just not as personable.
Yeah. So it looks like a mixture of English and German. I can definitely see that with the Norwegian. But yeah, like that like part of the like how like I like laugh really loudly too. So I think that would be like the biggest barrier in like talking to people is I'm used to being really loud. I can obviously be quiet, but if I start like getting excited about stuff,
you would have to be consciously a lot quieter all the time.
Yeah, so would you.
Yeah. I've never actually interacted with a Norwegian like face to face.
And I'm just like going off of like stereotypes that I've heard on like YouTube. Like we've watched videos.
Swedes are super rude though. Like they don't mean to be rude, but the way that Swedes communicate, to me, it was extremely rude.
Yeah, because you worked with a lot of Swedish people in your last job.
My last job, well, the company I had, we had a contract with Saab, so Swedish Motors, and they love to talk when you're in the middle of talking, and it's normal. Like, it's like, they call it like active listening or something, but like while you're in the middle of a sentence, they'll be like, yeah, uh-huh, yep, no, I thought that too. Like, actively as you're speaking. It's so... kept throwing me off and be like, I'm sorry, do you want to talk?
Definitely hard to get integrated in Norway. I don't know how much they are inland. Well, howdy, partner.
Well, howdy.
Well, hi. Many
Y'all come back
variations
now.
in Spanish. When people ask me how to pronounce my last name, I preface by asking if they want to know either Mexican way, maybe they're more upfront or something. That's interesting. Yeah, there's so many variations. I mean, it's the same thing with like English though, in America. Like,
yeah,
like Cajun people who are from Louisiana.
I wouldn't even say that Cajun is technically English. It's not.
Well, it's like very French, but like that accent, that really thick like Louisiana Bayou accent. That's wild. There's people, I hear it, I can't even understand what they're saying.
That, yeah, even if they speak English. But Creole itself is English mixed with French and Spanish.
Yeah.
It's a chaotic language. And one of my clients, Kenson, spoke Creole. He would like answer the phone and I'd be like, are you speaking Spanish, English, French, or just all of the above? Because like I know all three of these languages and I'm just hearing random words from each one.
Yeah, I remember hearing him say, like, speak Creole once.
It's chaos.
It's chaos.
It's probably, if I had to guess, is probably derived from, like, slaves, like, trying to speak in code, you know? Like, trying to stay under the radar. If I had to guess the origin of it. I really don't know, though.
Haitian Creole, it sounds like a fun language. Oh, that's so cool!
Haitian Creole, nice.
Growing up in France and watching Dallas on TV, and when I came into the US, I expect to see big cars with cows.
Duh.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Stereotypes. Anyway, I'm gonna go order some food.
Okay. What are you gonna order Toxico?
I think so. I might go up there in person.
Just go in person.
It's so easy.
It'd be so much cheaper though.
I know. Part of me likes giving, because I always max out my DoorDash tip. Like, I like giving money to our local friends who are trying to make an extra buck, but it is what it is. I'll go up there. Me and Evan will go. Do you want anything?
No.
Thank you. Tight. Bon appetit. You don't want anything?
Not from Taco Bell.
What if I find something healthy?
They probably put like maltodextrin and a bunch of nasty soy stuff in it, so no.
Bole? I don't know what that is.
Do you guys have... Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Alright. have a fun stream.
Thanks.
See you guys later.
I'll just find my own food.
Yeah, you do that.
You don't care. I'm so hungry.
Want me to bring you a jar of peanut butter? Some peanut butter and honey.
No, it's okay. I'll make a burger tonight. That's what I'll do. That habanero cheese, ooh, so good.
Burger.
Pro tip, get Chinese.
No.
No!
Chinese.
There's just so much MSG in it.
It's like American Chinese food isn't even Chinese.
I know. Like Panda Express.
Probably good.
It's like a Chipotle, but it's all gluten-free and yummy.
What's it
Ooh, Bolé? Oh, that sounds really good. Where is that? I want to check.
We've got a few.
I love Chipotle, and I have to now eat everything gluten-free, so.
No, Panda Express is
It's
crap.
terrible.
Chinese buffets, like just generally Chinese food isn't
Like,
Chinese food. It's just American food.
you're so funny. You're like, I'm gonna go. I'll come back.
In-N-Out, we do not. In-N-Out is that's more of a Western thing.
You know what we do
In-N-Out's
have?
good as shit though. It's really good.
You know what we do have? Jollibee. We have 2 Jollibees here, which is a Filipino place, like a fast food place.
Tijuana Flats is an extremely good hipster Mexican place. Yeah, we don't have In-N-Out.
Tijuana Flats is pretty good.
Yeah, Tijuana Flats is amazing. They have like a sauce bar, like
You can put
20
little.
different sauces.
It's so good.
Different like heat, different Scoville units, and they're all labeled by heat.
I'll be sad if I do not live by a good Chinese place and I have my own place. A requirement.
All right. Adios. Salud.
Goodbye for real. Drive safe. Make sure you put Evan in his little car seat. Yes. I've never had Jollibee before, but I'm in an art server on Discord where there's a lot of people from the Philippines, and they talk about Jollibee all the time, and I have one that's like 20 minutes away from me, and I really want to try it. No, we're all hungry. I know, I'm hungry. I'm so hungry now. It's just like hearing about it. All right, so that's all the pieces that we're gonna hand foil with 7/32 foil. Now all of our clear glass, we're gonna switch to our 1/4 inch foil because the clear glass I used is a lot thicker. Yes, I do. Hold on, I'll go get him. It's a dog, by the way. I'm used to calling him jokingly our baby. It's a dog. So if you want to see our dog, I'll show you. I don't have a baby, an actual human baby. I was like, oh wait, babies, human babies. Jollibee! Do you have one close to you, Kat? That's cool if you do. I'm so embarrassed. No, I don't have a baby. Here, I'll show everyone Evan now that I've like talked about it. Let me go get him. Everyone wants to see Evan. So, this is Evan. He's about to go to the Taco Bell with Brian, so he's all wound up. Yeah. Oh, that's Evan.
gonna swing by the bank too.
Okay. Have fun. He needs his collar. I think it's in the office. Or it's on the couch. Ugh. Anyway. I don't think so. I'm with my mom in Minnesota. No! I do not think that Minnesota has a Jollibee. Dogs are nice too. I wish that he was an actual baby. Like I love dogs, but I definitely would prefer a real baby. Because babies are just the cutest little things ever. Just the root tootin' little cutest things ever. Evan, Miss E. He gets so excited. He loves going to out with Brian and with me. But he's just the happiest little dog. Yes, I have a whole Evan and Bean section. So my other dog is named Bean. She's she's cute. She's ugly, but she's cute. They're both Chihuahuas. It's called the Rat Pack on my Discord, and I post some pictures of them. I haven't posted in a while. Sometimes I'm like really good about updating my Discord, and then other times I'm just like, what is social media? And I just don't remember it all. 95 in my garage, attempting to do a few pieces. Ooh! We do have one here in Virginia Beach, but I've never been to it. Right, yeah. I know it. I know it. They are! Listen, I love Chihuahuas so much. Mine are really well trained. Like, we are constantly training them, so they're really well socialized. They love people. I don't tolerate any of that, like, barking at people and being rude nonsense. So, if you train a Chihuahua, if you treat it like a dog, they will be a good dog because they're still dogs, right? So, anyway. That sounds really terrible. By the way, 95 degrees, so good luck. Good luck. It's hot today. I don't know if y'all have been getting rain down there, but it's been raining here like crazy, and it's just that like Florida muggy nonsense. Just humid as all get out. Yeah, I've been meaning to go to Jollibee though. One day I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do a food review. All of the people that are like constantly talking about how much they love Jollibee are like, you're gonna hate it. I just want to try the Chicken Joy just one time. So I'm being really careful with this super concave part so it doesn't tear. So I'm just like very slowly working it down with my finger and warming up the foil as I go. This glass is actually really, really thick. It's really crazy how thick this is. I'm gonna have to put on another layer of foil because it's super thin right here. You can't really tell. Been rain, but not showing any for the next week. That's the worst because it's still humid, but then it's not raining. You're just like, ugh. So we're going to apply some more foil, like so. Okay, now what I like to do is if there's a super concave part like this, I like to burnish the edge first, and then I'll come in and do the face of the glass. There's a little bit of a tear that happened, but it's small enough that it won't show whenever we go to solder it. So I would say this looks pretty darn good. Hey, thanks so much for subscribing. Thank you, thank you. It's kind of like, I don't know, I've said it before, like in Florida, it's kind of nice though. Like I am not mad at how like humid it is because it's just part of the summer, like, and it's just like kind of nostalgic at this point.
Wow.
Hey, thank you so much for the lemons, EJ. Thank you, thank you. I tried foiling like you, but I can't. That's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm glad you are following now. What do you mean specifically about how I foil? Which part?
Ice cream.
Yay, thank you so much for the ice cream. I appreciate it.
Wow.
You're spoiling me, ZJ. Let's foil. Let's get all these weird ones out of the way. I wish I had a thicker foil. Honestly, this glass is so thick. The way you hold your copper foil. How do you do it? Do you have it like on its side? Please elaborate. What are you up to today then, ZJ? How have you been? Anything special going on today? Brian always comes in here and makes it so exciting, and then he leaves and I don't know what to talk about. I'm sorry. He brings in his beard and it gets everyone chit-chatting. You haven't eaten breakfast yet. What the heck? Sometimes it's good to fast though. Honestly, I could go with some more fasting. I could use some more fasting.
Alright.
Ain't the worst. It's hard to explain. I face the glass towards me and tilt it towards me, if that makes sense. So, no, I'm sorry. I don't know. I feel like this is something that I would have to see it to understand. I'm so bad. I tilt my glass the other way.
Remember all the happy times we had?
How do I tilt my glass? Oh my gosh, now I'm like, how do I do anything? I'm getting existential here. I have to go. My brother is waiting for me. Have a great day. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciated chit-chatting, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you for following. Here, I'm gonna try, maybe it'll be easier to visualize the foiling thing once I am foiling another piece. Let's see. No, please don't break. Get out of here. No one likes you, scissors. Just kidding. I like you. You do a good job. No need to smack talk inanimate objects because of my own failings.
I'll tell you the truth.
Alright, we'll test this out. We'll test this out. Once I burnish this, I'm going to try to visualize what you mean. Alright, there's that weird piece. Okay, so let's try it on just this one. So I'm gonna pretend like I'm foiling this like I normally would. And you said, tilt your glass towards you. So when I foil... Oh, are you saying like I rotate mine out and you... Oh. What? I'm sorry if it's like just going over my head. I literally don't know how you could foil anything out, foil it any other way, but I might just be having a hard time like visualizing it. Okay. So the other way. So do you have the sticky part facing down? Is that what you mean? And you're foiling it like the opposite direction? Ah, I see. Kind of. That's wild. That's so cool. Like, that's what I'm talking about, where like people will be like, this is how you're supposed to do it. And it's like, not everyone's brain. Wait, now I'm confused. Okay, so if you're in my Discord, if you want to like post a video of you like foiling, like just your hands, like, because now I'm so curious. And I feel like I just can't understand the way you're describing it. So if you want to, you can feel free to do that. Like just a quick phone video, because I'm super, super curious. Oh, I tried. I'm sorry, friend. It's just like not registering with my brain. Does not compute. Oh. Here, I'll put the Discord here. Oh, good times. I don't think I could ever forget to eat. Like, I'm just too stuck in my ways of like, I like have my breakfast every morning. There's been times where when I do intermittent fasting where I only eat for like maybe 8 hours out of the day and I'll wait until or like later in the day, but I haven't been good at that recently, so it is what it is. I go in and out of doing it. I have glass in the nook of my arm and it's a tragedy has struck. Sorry y'all, that was probably really loud. I tripped on my headphone cord and it in turn caused my camera to fall. I'm sure everyone just had a heart attack. But I have glass in the nook of my arm and it is very irritating. I need wireless headphones. I think that's my next thing that I want to get. I finished grinding all the glass for this today. And a lot of times when I grind, it gets in this nook because it always sprays out of the right side. And then I'm allergic to my dogs and then I get hives. Extra irritating. I'm so glad that that didn't break any of my glass, because I would have been so distraught. Do I want a burger though? I'm so tired of making. I don't like cooking, and even like a simple thing like just making a burger, I just don't like it. I just hate it. I don't enjoy making it. But I have this really good habanero cheese, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's so delicious. Delicious. Let me look at my Discord real quick.
Ice cream.
Thank you so much for the ice cream, Kitty. Hey, Kitty, how's it going? How are you today? Hope you're having a lovely, relaxing Sunday. Yeah. Good. You just hopefully missed me knocking over my camera and it causing a sonic boom on the stream. I'm sure that was very loud. We're getting through this. This isn't that bad. Honestly, once we get the small pieces out of the way, it makes me feel better. The small pieces are just so finicky. I'm doing good. I tripped over my headphone cord and then it brought down my camera. This one right there. Yes, everything is fine. Most importantly, the glass is fine. I'm honestly more worried about that than anything else. My wounds will heal, but I cannot get the time back if I need to do more work. What are you up to today then? Any fun things for Sunday? Gardening? Watching me destroy things on my stream? Do you also go to Doc's streams? Do I remember seeing you commenting on stuff? He's like the homesteader on DLive. Is that how? I don't remember. I think I remember seeing Kitty. I have a really terrible memory, so I'm sorry. Raining outside. Ooh, I'm so jealous. I love rainy days. A rainy Sunday. That's like a gift from the heavens right there. I would be so appreciative if I get a rainy Saturday in the next few weeks. I love it. Okay, that's what I thought. That is what I thought. Man, I would love that. I would totally do live streams. And I totally will. Listen, it's about manifesting, right? I will be doing live streams when we have our farm set up that I just talk about wanting so badly. So I will be doing live streams. Are you talking about rain? It's pretty nice. Oh, look how many people joined the Discord. Thanks, y'all, for joining. So good to have you be a part of my little community. Look how many people! I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have so many people. I remember when I had like 20 people in my Discord and I was like, oh my gosh, I have so many people. It is quite a nice sound. I love it. I think it's in the song right now. Are we gonna get any rain today? I think we're supposed to get some rain today. Let's see. Let's open this up for a sec. Nope, that is a blue sky if I've ever seen one. I want to hopefully finish all the foiling today for this, or almost all. There's still, like I said, there's 5 pieces that I didn't smooth out earlier, and it's just the border pieces. But if we can get everything foiled, I want to send a progress picture to my commissioner so they can see where we're at. I'm also starting to lose my attention span, though. I need to persevere. It's because we were talking about food and now I'm all hungry. I'm all hungry. Muggy day in Florida. Summer's coming. Wait. Have we talked about this before? Have you told me you're in Florida? Or am I just finding this out? Wait. wait just a gosh darn second. I think we have talked about this. It is coming though. It's very muggy. It's like, I was saying this earlier, it's comfy. Like it's, I like that it's starting to get muggy again. My hair, super frizzy, but my skin, glorious. So beautiful, so hydrated. Get off me. Hey Annie, how's it going? Welcome. We're just foiling some pieces today. Kind of low-key little day here. How's your Sunday going? This is a weird piece. You told me I used to live there. Aha, gotcha. I thought that like everyone in the stream was just from Florida. There was a Twitch streamer that I saw the other day, and she's like really well known, and she was like, I knew that I knew her from somewhere, like in person, but I didn't want to be creepy, and I like could not remember. I was like, have I seen her on TikTok? Like I just couldn't remember, and then I like DM'd her. She's like, oh, DM me if you're in this area. And she worked in a store that I used to go to, and she brought her animals to the animal hospital that I used to work at. And I was just like, what the frick? It's so wild. So wild. Such a small world. I feel like there's so many streamers from Florida too. Why does Florida have them like so many streamers? I moved from Florida years ago. Gotcha. Gotcha. I think this is the biggest piece of glass I've ever foiled. This is a doozy. There's the doozy. I need to change the text to say like, come hang out with me on Discord, and not just be like, Discord. It's Discord. I thought it rained nearly every day in Florida. It does in the summer. It's still getting there. We're not at the point where we're getting rain every day. But I would say like in the next 2 weeks we'll be there. If not in the next 2 weeks, definitely by like end of June, early July. That's when we get storms every day, and it is just wet. It's just humid all the time. So it's still warming up. We're still getting there. May is usually pretty dry, and then usually like the beginning of June tends to be a little dry. But we've gotten a lot of rain. We have 7 buckets. We have 7 5-gallon buckets, and all of them are full to the brim with water. So we had a really big rain the other day, and it restocked all of our plant watering buckets. We just have them like sitting under the spots of our gutters that just like leak a lot, because it's not our house. It's just a rental house that has leaky gutters. Actually, are there even gutters? I don't think there are. I think they just like didn't put gutters around the porch. It's been a late rainy season. It sure has. Although I remember this last year because I started biking a whole lot last year. And I remember it was like the beginning of June. It was right when I had quit my job. Wait! I completely forgot! Today is my 1-year anniversary of me quitting my job. Yay! It's June 6th. I'm so excited. I almost completely forgot and didn't make my stupid TikTok. I'm gonna make a TikTok about it later. I'm so dumb. I've been talking about it for like a month and then I almost forgot. Yay! I'm so happy. What a year it has been. My goodness. It's wild. Thank you, thank you. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna talk about it a bunch and then just almost forget it. Classic. Wow, that is crazy. A full year. Yeah. Working. We working. So that's that crazy piece. Foiled. I'm gonna go wash my hands real quick. I'm leaving a lot of fingerprints, so I just need to wash them and I will be right back. Alright, thanks for your patience, I'm back. My hands are nice and clean. I also realized when I was in the bathroom washing my hands that I'm wearing the same shirt that I wore to make the announcement that I had quit my job. So I don't wear any other clothing than this, apparently. Also, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I think I made an announcement post on Instagram too. I'll have to see. I just love this shirt. What can I say? This is my favorite shirt. It's an alien, like in a spaceship. It's so cool. Hey, thank you so much for following. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. We are just foiling all the live long day. I like your stickers, Jupiter. How are you doing today, by the way? I don't think I formally said hello. Technically, these would be perfect for using the table foiler, but I don't feel like setting it up for my 1/4 inch foil because I never use it for that. So we are just going. We're just gonna hand foil these. Sorry, heard Chihuahua drama from the living room. I am really hoping that this glass looks super cool in the corners. Like, I think it's going to. Or like leaf glass. You can see there's like leaf pattern in this clear glass. Kind of neat. What size is your chicken coop going to be? It's a great question. What I'm thinking, because we want to start out with like 3 chickens at the most, especially while we're in this house. It'll probably be, so what I want to do is make a chicken tractor. So it's like a movable chicken coop and have it be triangular shaped, like a prism basically, like a 3D triangle all the way down. Have it be like maybe 10 feet long and have the coop part be on one end and then have the rest of it be an outdoor basically area that they can walk around and eat. That's like my idea currently. So I just worry about it being enough. What I worry about too is I don't want them to escape. So maybe once they get used to the area and like once they get used to the backyard, like letting them just kind of roam the backyard and get all like the lizards and bugs and stuff that they can catch. So, but then starting them out with that little kind of fenced in area. Have it be pretty big too. Like I saw one that was, the bottom part of the triangle was like 4 feet wide and then it was 10 feet long. So I'm sweating bullets in here. Thanks so much for stopping by. I'm honestly surprised you lasted that long with how hot it is. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. It was nice chit-chatting with you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Go inside and cool off. Get some ice water, some iced lemonade. Yeah, because I want to make sure they have enough area to like, you know, nest and like roost and stuff. And then also make sure that they're not super confined because we want them to be able to free range, like be free range and eat. We have Florida. We have so many bugs. Like just be pest control for our backyard. It's kind of just like lower on our priorities because we do live in a neighborhood. We sorry, we rent a house and this neighborhood has an HOA, so a homeowners association. So they're constantly like getting on people. Like, you're not supposed to have chickens. So that's why we're like, we want them, but we're like, ugh. We want to like break rules and then have our neighbors call us and then us get like evicted. So that's why it's like, can we just wait until we move into a new house? Probably. Probably. We're getting so close. Oh, I'm losing patience though. I want to call it a day. I want to start working on the lantern really badly. I think I might, because we only have one of the flowers left, which sometimes I just have to like kind of like take a break from a particular activity. Just because I get really bored of it, and then I get like, it's like, no, I get exasperated. So I kind of want to work on the lantern, do something that I want to do, be selfish. Or we could just suck it up and finish this. I probably should do the smart thing and just finish this. Look how much gosh darn foil we used today. It's 424. This will probably take me about 45 minutes in the morning. Not even, like 30 minutes. I'm gonna start putting these pieces. Suck it up, Buttercup. See, that is the kind of motivation that I need. I'm gonna just like take a break from this for a second and just start putting the pieces over here. Here, I'll even turn this camera so you can kind of see me over yonder. Because I told them, I know. But the trick is that I don't put anything away. So you never have to get anything out if you don't put it away, right? This is so satisfying. I love it. I wish you could see it better. Alright, there's those. If you don't close, then they'll be prey to an animal. Yeah, that's true. That's what I worry about. We have neighbors that are like over yonder that they have free-range chickens, and like we have hawks that live in this area, so I feel like they would get yoinked pretty easily. So at least if we had... So my idea is have basically this triangular shape, triangular prism, and then like in case we get like a storm or something, like have the chicken coop itself be built out on one end of it, like a third of the end of it, and then have these U-shaped stakes to stake it down. That way animals can't get under it. Of course we would close the chickens in at night, but have like stakes to stake all of the PVC pipe down. That way, you know, like if some sort of creature during the daytime wants to get at them and can't get them. That's just my idea. Like, we wanted to do it out of wood, but like, you know, wood is just so expensive right now that it just seems like almost impossible. What else did we do today? This piece. What is this weird, sneaky music? Why? Getting there. Alrighty, move this. Start using our table foiler. Where is she? There it is. Okay, that's calibrated. I think you can see everything. Yes, table foiler. This thing takes quite a while to get used to. But once you do use it, once you do get used to it, it's really, really easy. Like, I did a live stream on TikTok for the first time that I was using it, and I almost rage quit. I did rage quit. I was like, I'm just gonna hand foil them. And then I practiced a bit more, and it got a lot easier. All my TikTok watchers were like, what the fuck is going on? What are you doing? Don't mind me, just rage quitting. Look how pretty this glass is. That's ridiculous. And this is the side that's showing. But I think from like both sides, that's kind of the cool part about stained glass is each side has its own deal going on. The glass is never the same on both sides. Unless it's clear. I should say almost never the same. Let me correct myself. So you still have to burnish, but it crimps it for you, which helps save time. And you can just go, this is why I said I would say it's about 35% more efficient. So nothing crazy, but definitely adds up over time if you're doing a lot of honeycombs, you're doing big pieces like this. Sometimes you can find these on sale though. I mean, I got mine for $65. Which for me, that is not that bad. I've seen them for like 80 or 90, depending on where you get them from. Sometimes you can find them on sale, or like if you could find a used one. Oh. Dogs, cats, alligators, human, etc. all might come for them. Well, we don't have, our backyard is fenced in, so there's no way that alligators could get in. And we don't live, I've never seen an alligator like in our neighborhood before. But definitely cats, definitely raccoons. We have coyotes in the area as well. So I would say cats, raccoons, and coyotes would be our biggest concern. I don't know how. Well, my friend has a bunch of roosters, so that's probably how all of hers stay safe. Because we would just have the hens to begin with, like if we were doing it here. Oh, I could do a coop building live stream. Oh my gosh. A floor attached to the sides and top attached to the sides so nothing can get them. Yeah, so that's why, like, I think they would be fine, like, during the daytime, but that's why we want, like, their coop would be, like, the indoor area would be completely locked up, animal proofed. But it's something that I haven't drawn it up yet, but I've seen, like, kind of different pictures online. So it would be something that I would need to figure out how, like the logistics of it, basically, the cost. So it's just something I would have to plan out. I ideally would want to build it out of wood, but PVC pipe would potentially take less, like just the frame out of PVC would take less time, or less planning and less money and time, I guess, too. Because we don't have power tools, so like if we built it out of wood, we'd have to like get our own tools and stuff. We'll eventually have to do anyway, but raccoons love everything. Yes, they do. Raccoons scare me. They like, when they stand on their back legs, I hate it. People are always like, oh my gosh, trash pandas are so cute, and I'm just like, ugh. There was one time when I lived in my old neighborhood when I was in high school, I was walking and there was like a dark part of the road.
You have to really trust yourself, I think.
And there was 5 raccoons and they looked at me and they all stood on their back legs and were just staring at me. And I was just like, nope. And I just ran. It was so creepy. I mean, I'm sure that was the point. It was to, like, be intimidating, but just like,
Up with something clever or
no, thank you.
technical or, you know, impressive in some way.
But I know that I had friends that lived in the city, like deep in the city, and they had a little house that they were renting, and they had chickens in the backyard, and they constantly had problems with raccoons getting into the coop. They the dude that built the coop, he was like really like a MacGyver type. Like he was really crafty, and he just like could not keep them out. They were very persistent.
And just be like, here I am, here's my feeling.
It's Internet Glass Lady. Hello. Hey, how's it going? How are you today? We're just finishing up all these pieces that we need to foil. There's so many people that just call me the Internet Glass Lady on my live streams. Now, what in the heck was that? Is that a score line? It kind of looks like a score line. Alright, I'm gonna have to deal with this later. It looks like I cut this glass and then didn't break it all the way. So what I'm gonna have to do is grind that down tomorrow or later today when I'm not on live stream. I am doing really well. Glad to hear that it's a wonderful day for you as well. We're just getting some work done today. Talking about chickens. What else is new? Think tomorrow in the morning I can get all of this foiled, and tomorrow we can solder it. I'm actually very nervous to patina this because it's gonna be black. I'm very nervous, kind of for the whole process. Chicken sandwich, yum. Oh, I'm so hungry. That's honestly why I keep wanting to tap out, is I really want to go make dinner, but I also want to finish as much as possible because it's almost 5. If I can just hold out for 20 more minutes, or if I can finish this, just as long as, if I finish it or if it hits 5 p.m. One of those, and then I'm gonna go make dinner. How's your weekend been so far? Husky. I'm an okay cook, I would say. I can make food. If I like really want to, I can make delicious food, but I'm really lazy when it comes to cooking, so I just don't like to cook. So I'll make myself, like for dinner tonight, I'm probably going to make a hamburger, and then just have I have this habanero cheese, and then I like to put avocado off to the side and just eat that, like super simple. So luckily Brian is like, that's not a deal breaker for him that I don't like to cook, so he's pretty self-sufficient when it comes to food. He's very self-sufficient, so we both kind of just like make our own food. You need to figure out how to attach the wire to PVC, maybe with U-bolts. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because I want to get, I'm gonna make for the chicken coop, for all of the mesh, I'm going to use what's called, what is it called? Hardware cloth, which is, it's not cloth. It's just like a really thick metal grating that's like kind of flexible. So I'm gonna use hardware cloth for all of the outside portions, and that's what I was talking about with the to like stake it in the ground, because sometimes we have really heavy wind gusts. I would just find some like U-shaped stakes and then probably use like what you said, like the U-bolts to just like attach everything to the PVC frame. I will eagerly await dinner invite. All right, you'll be waiting a while. Quite a while. I can do the bare minimum cooking for myself, and that's it. I think I've cooked Brian food one time. So that's why I'm glad that the way to his heart is not his stomach. Because he wouldn't be dating me if he wanted me to cook. He actually likes to make food for me more often. So sometimes in the mornings he'll like make me eggs, which is nice. I had raccoons in my yard where I lived years ago, and I just chased them out. Yeah, we don't get raccoons that often. I've seen like a few in our yard, but obviously like if they're coming later, I'm not gonna see them. But I've seen a few. There was one night I let the dogs out and there was a raccoon, and I was just yelling and chasing it out of the yard. I haven't seen him since, but that little dude scared me. I'll tell you what. Actually, no, I've made steak for Brian before. I've made steak. Because I really like cooking steak. So I think I've made him steak before with like goat cheese and stuff. It's pretty good. My one of my friends, she's like, it like offends her that I don't like cooking. She's like, let me feed you. Okay, the rest of this we're gonna hand foil, so we're gonna get rid of this. Whoops. Make sure to check the PVC is UV resistant. Regular PVC pipes are generally for underground use. Oh, thank you so much. Well, this would be a very temporary thing. Watching from the shadows. That's a good username. So it would be a temporary fix because we're renting the house now. So it would be a temporary setup for chickens. And then once we move into an actual house and we buy a house, hopefully in like the beginning of next year, then we would build an actual chicken coop and it would be like solid. But that is very good point. So I appreciate you saying that. Also, thank you so much for the ice cream. I appreciate it. I wouldn't have even thought of that. Alright, so this is my hand foiling setup. We're switching back to our hand foiler, aka my hands. We only have 7 more pieces left. Thanks to Kitty for encouraging me to not stop. I would have been kicking myself. This was not as hard as I think. And you're probably okay with regular PVC. The UV stuff is much more expensive, but still cheaper than wood right now. See, and that's like, because it might be something that would be useful to keep. Because what I want to do, I was saying it earlier, I don't know if you were here or watching from the shadows. But it's gonna be a chicken tractor is the idea, so we can just pick it up and move it like, you know, every day or every few days or whatever, so they can have fresh bugs and grass and stuff. But it might be useful to have like in our future home, just as like maybe for if we have to like quarantine a chicken, or if we need to keep some, you know, if they're, I don't know, it may just be a good thing to have. So I'll have to look at the price differences and see, I also like to just keep things simple though, so we'll see what happens. Ugh. We need our foam cardboard. Cork! Not foam, not cardboard. Cork back. So for those of you who might be stopping into the stream that aren't familiar with stained glass, what I'm doing right now is applying copper foil tape to the outside of all of my pieces of glass. Excuse me. And then I'm using this tool right here called a FID, the plastic piece. And I'm burnishing, or doing what is called burnishing, where I get all of the wrinkles out of the foil. And that is whenever we go into solder, we apply flux. And I use a gel flux, and so it's a little bit more liquidy than like a paste that I think welders use. So we want to get all the wrinkles out so that flux doesn't seep into the foil and cause it to lift. You don't have to be like super crazy with the burnishing, but I'm pretty hardcore. I like to get every wrinkle out. Or try to at least. I really don't know how you don't cut yourself working. I'd be super clumsy with it. Hey, thanks so much. Thanks for stopping by. The trick is I do cut myself all the time. So I absolutely, my fingers are like super scarred up and nasty. I don't know if you can see, that's all gross, but I cut myself a lot. So these 6 fingers are like super calloused, so sheesh. How's your day going so far? I've just been working on this custom commission, which is up here. So right now I'm foiling all the pieces. I'm almost done though, so. You have a capacitor for flux? Not quite. No flux capacitors here. Yeah, I usually like cut myself at least once per stream too, depending on what I'm doing. What I'm doing right now is not like, there's nothing really sharp that I can cut myself on, but when I'm cutting glass, that's where usually most of my workplace injuries occur. So it's usually like once a stream, I'm just like, all right, hold on, let me go get a Band-Aid. But it's okay, it's part of the job. It's just part of it. Once I get everything foiled and we can place everything, I'm gonna do the same thing I did the other day, and I'm gonna pull this over on my, so I have, here, I'll show everyone real quick if you're kind of new. Sorry, you're like looking at my shirt, but over here is where I have the piece because it's pretty big. So once everything is foiled, and I'll place it, and then I'll pull it over because it's on a cardboard box and you can see. You could try some scrap wood from pallets or skids for building supplies. Ooh, that's a good idea. I actually wanted to make a pallet headboard one time, and then I just never did. Last time you tried out old razor. The finger. Yeah, a lot of my injuries are self-inflicted. Like, it's just me being dumb. So, if I were more careful and I wasn't so clumsy, then we'd be good. We would be good. It's okay though. That's like, I knew it was gonna be a thing. I have a lot of people comment on that and be like, I'd be so scared to cut myself, and I'd be like, oh, I'm like, oh baby, then you do not want to start doing stained glass. Like, it's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. There are actually a few times that I've cut myself from foiling, and I think like it was the last shop update I did, my fingers were so destroyed from grinding the glass for like 10 hours straight basically, that I was just foiling and it just like, my finger was just like, I give up, and I just like got a huge cut. But it doesn't happen that often with this part of the process. I bet it's so satisfying, put all the pieces together. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. You'll see the full effect if you can stick around for a few more minutes, and I'll put it together and show you. It is very satisfying. I think tomorrow I'm going to be soldering all of it. Also, I always like to say this because if I know someone is from another country, in America we say solder instead of solder. So I always like to point that out, that I swear I'm not dumb. It's just how we say it. Someone like pointed it out. When I first started posting on TikTok back in 2019, they were like, I literally can't believe how uneducated you are that you say solder like that. And I was just like, I'm just American. I'm sorry. It's just how I was taught to say it. But I think what it comes from, so I've thought about it before, where I think the saying solder, because it sounds kind of like country, like kind of country bumpkin, I feel like the word solder got adapted by people saying like solder with an L, like still saying it, and with their like little country accents, because the country accent is derived from the British accent. So I think that's where it comes from. Solder. yeah, I always like to say it because I have people question it a lot. Especially like a lot of the friends I've made, like on Discord, they're from other countries where they don't say it. They say solder. They're like, what the fuck are you saying? I'm just like, solder. So I promise that's everyone in the US says that, just to clarify. And now it like makes me second guess myself all the time, and sometimes I'll say it with like a soft L. I'll say like solder. But it still feels weird. So I think I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. Anyway, long digression there. But I think tomorrow, because everything's going to be foiled, I think we'll solder this tomorrow. And it's really spooky because it's pretty big. I'll take your just take my word for it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. This is the biggest stained glass piece I've ever done. So I think you guys use inches, right? Because you have like a weird mixture. So it's 12 inches across by 21 inches tall. So normally I just make tiny stuff. But this was a custom commission request, and I was like, heck yeah. So it's been a learning experience, or I think most of the learning experience will come from actually soldering it. It's gonna be wild. For cuts, use soldering iron to cauterize the wound. No. I don't think I want lead in my open wounds. Thank you. It's a great idea, but I'm gonna have to say a definite pass on that one. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. Rookie move. It's like half of my streams anyway. So then, Martyrdom, how have your streams been going? And how has your weekend gone? 2 questions in one. Bam. That was crazy that was your first stream the other day. I was just like browsing through. Hey ZJ, how you doing? With your eyeballs. But yeah, I was just browsing through and then I was like, ooh, tattoos. So you're gonna put a border or frame when it's all finished. Miss Rambo? Yeah, it's gonna have a lead cane border. The guy at my local shop said that I don't have to use zinc, which is good because for a zinc border you have to use like a saw, like a power tool, and I don't have that. So he was like, yeah, you can just use lead cane, it's fine. It sounds extreme. Like, yes, technically you could, but my iron is covered with lead. We don't want lead in the bloodstream, right? Right? Let's not get lead poisoning. Alright, so that's basically it. There's 2 pieces. I have to fix this piece probably tomorrow. I'm not doing it today. Oh my gosh, diddly darn, I forgot to... Dang it! Okay, so I missed 1 piece, technically. So I missed this piece. Dagger. I forgot to grind this earlier, so I'll grind this in the morning. I'm not dealing with that. So we have technically 6 pieces that we still have to do. So I'm not gonna get my headphone cord caught on my chair again or trip on it because I don't want to make the camera fall again. I don't know how I'm gonna fit it onto my table to solder it tomorrow. That's gonna be a whole moving process. It's a whole process. Where is this piece? Did I just not do that? Oh, wait. Okay, never mind. It was hiding from me. It was hiding from me. Okay, that's the piece I have to redo. Stand by, friends. I'm almost done. Sorry, you probably can't see what I'm doing at all. Okay. Ooh, it's gonna lose some of the effect. It went okay, thank you. I need to remember to not rage when playing. Tried drawing this morning, but had no energy. I'm sure you know how it is. Yeah, of course. Honestly, like, just rage. Like, who cares? Like, I feel like that makes the live stream, like, kind of more funny. There's a guy that I used to watch that, like, his whole thing was that he would, like, get so mad that he would just break controllers. So, you're fine. This was said earlier by you, SunBear, but I think it may be my philosophy or something. You never have to put anything out of storage if you never put them away in the first place. Exactly. So, like, usually, most of the time, when I end my streams, I just, like, boop, end streaming, turn my computer off, bye, and I don't put anything away. So, usually, like, once every 2 to 3 weeks, that's when I go through, and I'm like, wow, my life is a disaster. I don't know how I'm coping right now. And then I, like, clean everything up. So let me move this over ever so carefully. It doesn't matter because I'm going to have to move it tomorrow anyway, but I want you to see it. I want you to be able to see it. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna try to do it so where you don't see my feet like you did the other day. Okay, like this. Great. Like that. No toes showing. Great. Yay! Okay, so to give an example of how big this is. So this is like our ruler, right? So pretty large and in charge. It's on a little panel, like it's on a flap right here, so it looks smaller than it is because it's like kind of sloping down. But yeah, it's 21 inches tall, and so we're gonna solder this tomorrow, and I'm gonna be holding my breath every second. But you can see the glass down here is this like leaf pattern glass, and then the glass, like the clear glass up here, is just kind of bubbly, but it has like a cool texture. I don't know if you can actually see it. No, not at all. Yeah, it's really big. I'm like really overwhelmed by it. It gives me anxiety. It shouldn't. It's stupid because it's not that bad. But yeah, so you can see all the border pieces that I've done they don't have foil on them because we're going to use lead cane. So I think what I'm going to do is I should be able to do one solid piece around here, and then we're going to cut it, and then there's going to be its own piece here. And then I think what I'm going to do is attach the jump rings to hang it from this segment right here. And then I might, maybe, do some copper reinforcement through the middle. So, yeah, that's that. I think it's going to be pretty cool when it's done, hopefully. Hopefully. So I think... Ooh, and it's 5:04. We like just made it in time. I really want to work on the lantern, but I don't know if I'm going to. I don't know. I'm gonna move this out of the way. I'm gonna put this back up here. Hey, how's it going? Long time no chit chat. I just was showing everyone the custom thing that I'm making. If you want me to show it, if you didn't see it, tell me and I'll put the camera back. But tell me before I move it back. Anyway, chickens. So this is the lantern that I'm referring to. This was a piece that I took apart the other day on my live stream. It's all nasty because it had copper foil, but I want to paint it. Okay, yeah, here, I'll show the camera again. I'll put the camera back down here. So, oops, you can't see it. I just didn't want to show my toes. So this is the custom piece. Oh, don't show feet. No feet. So it's pretty big. You can see the ruler right there. That's what we've been working on for the last few days. Let me move it back so I don't step on it and cry. Maybe we'll start cleaning this up. We'll start cleaning this up. I need my isopropyl alcohol. I did miss a few pieces, but it's okay. Well, I'm gonna do them in the morning. We're not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna try to be very delicate with this isopropyl alcohol, because what you can, if you can see, there's like this black residue all over these pieces. No feet. I accidentally put my feet on blast the other day when I did that, and I was like, no! All of the Twitch feet people are gonna be on my in my business. This is difficult because I have a bunch of cuts right now. I think I do. Hold on. That lantern looks 3D. Kinda. Let's see. Let me go to VR real quick. Actually, I don't think I have the one that says show feet. I think the one I have just says get wrecked.
Oh god.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I don't. This is the one I have. Close enough. Alright, let's try this out. Let's see how this works for cleaning this up. This isopropyl alcohol is really old, but it should still be pretty good. Maybe for getting this off. Not really. Wow. Wow. So we'll switch to our handy dandy X-Acto knife. No, I saved the ones that make me laugh. So like I saved a bunch of like the really weird Pepe ones, and I almost saved the show feet one. I don't ever want someone to show me their feet, by the way. It's just, it would be a joke. But the alcohol actually did make it a lot easier to scrape this off, so I think that's what I'll just do for all of this. Gotta clean this bad boy up. Hey Liam, how's it going? Hope you're doing well today. We're just working on a little side thing, a little extra thing that I want to do for funsies. Good. Try ammonia and vinegar. Those work well on glass. Nope. It sounds like I'm gonna die. You want me to die? Is that what you want? Are we just gonna fight today? pro art surgeons is giving me such anxiety and satisfaction. Oh, you missed it. You would have really enjoyed the live stream the other day. I took this apart, so I had soldered most of the front of it, and it was like legit surgery. If you can go back and watch it. It was on Friday. I forgot that it shows it on Twitch. But yeah, I took it apart. I broke one piece on accident. I'm a very poor surgeon. But you know, it is what it is. I had this like influx of people and I got distracted. So I'm gonna blame it on other people. Blame others for my shortcomings. Wahaha. Salt. Trisodium sulfate. I didn't like organic chemistry, my friend. I don't want any of that nonsense. I'll try vinegar, just straight up vinegar. I wanna like just use like a whole cloth, but I have so many cuts on my fingers right now that if I do that, it's gonna cause me to complain. What is this? Can I use this? Let's try. I don't think I have any cuts on my index finger. Let's test it out. None. Great. I think this works. Yeah, this will work better instead of just like scraping it off with a freaking X-Acto knife. Ah! No! I have a cut on this hand. Oh, this sucks. Hold on. I need a glove or something. This is terrible. I'll use my thumb and my pinky. How about that? It took me, I don't know if Martyrdom, if you're still here, but it took me like an hour to take it apart. So it was a long process. But if you're in the market for art surgery, it'll be perfect. A nice art surgery ASMR. The picture framer who we bought at his company used woolite and water in a spray bottle. Ooh, I don't have any woolite, but this seems to work just fine for right now. This glass is pretty spick and span. No more of that residue on it, so we're just gonna slowly but surely work on these pieces. Nope, not that finger. Use this one. Come on, I don't have any gloves. I don't know where they are. And if I did, the only ones I have are food prep gloves, so they'd be like super crinkly. Yeah, it took a gosh darn minute to get this thing apart. So basically the reason why I took it apart was because when I went to solder this, this tiny piece right here, you can see the heat caused it to crack because this is an extremely weak point. So what I'm gonna do is cut the other side and just turn these into their own separate pieces. That way it won't crack. And then I'm also going to be painting this lantern to kind of have like a tattoo, like illustrated tattoo vibe. I'm fine, Liam. I just complain a lot. So this is like a not very detailed, but this is what I want it to be like. So I drew this lantern that I was turning into a block print. But I want to paint on like the rays of light, and then I want to paint on the flame details as well. I mean, this is like, it's gonna look different than this, obviously, but paint on like the details on the candle to make it look like it's kind of drippy. So that's the plan for right now. So that's why we're cleaning it up. And I have, so I have special glass paint that's really good for getting a bunch of details. So I'm hoping I can get these pieces cleaned up and then I can at least paint them on this stream so y'all can just get like the nicest little stained glass variety stream this side of the Mississippi. This side of the Mississippi. I think you need to take my job. Don't you have multiple jobs? I think you're fine. You just keep doing your thing. The music is random DMCA-proof, relaxing music on Pretzel Rocks. It's like little piano music, I don't know. Illustration looks super cool. Thank you so much. I really like lanterns, so I'm hoping that this is a really, really cool block print. This is only the second one that I've done. Since I'm distracted, I'll show you the other one. So this was my first block print that I ever carved, and it's like black because I did the print. But this was the first one, and then I was like, this is super fun to do. So then I drew the lantern, and you can see I kind of like, I've carved some of the outside, but like the inside part is really intimidating to me. So I haven't touched it in about 2 months. So, on one channel last year, the show feet Pepe was changed to show fish to encourage people to get out and do something. Did it work? Because if it worked, that's all that matters. I thought it was too innocently censored feet by calling it fish. I bet a lot of the music is written by Kevin MacLeod, very prolific composer. This says that it's by Aphelion. I think you told me about that guy, right? Kevin MacLeod, because I think I checked his stuff out and I saved his music for like a future videos. I think that was you, if I remember correctly. Some did show fish. That's lovely. Just lovely. I would like to, I wish that I could do stuff like this more often. I really enjoy, like, sometimes it's been a while since I did something that I just, like, did because I wanted to. So, I hope in the future that I can, ugh, I hated that noise. I don't know if you heard that squeak. Getting there. We are getting there. He wrote a lot of copyright-free music for YouTube creators to use. I used him lots. Ah, very nice. Yeah, I think I'm subscribed to him because he had so much of like different kinds. I'll have to browse through his stuff again because I made a like stream starting soon thing, but the person used a Disney song and Disney like recognized it and I got a copyright claim from it and I'm just like, but it's a, what is it? Like it's not their song. Like the guy like creatively changed it. I forget the term for it. Alright, there's that piece. This little glass dagger. Try not to stab myself on this. I'll go ahead, we're gonna break this piece too. That way we can keep it nice and even. I don't think I'll draw one of the light rays off of this. So that piece goes there. Oh, you can actually see what I'm doing too. I was worried you wouldn't be able to see it. These aren't too dirty, the little flame bits. Now, the one thing that I do have to keep in mind with painting these is that part of it is going to be covered by the foil. So I can't really add a lot of detail to like the outer edges. I can add a decent amount of detail, so it'll be fine, but just a little bit of the outer portion is going to be covered by that foil. Disney and all of its creations will be copyrighted until 10993C. Lovely. Yeah, there's like on this website, Pretzel Rocks, there's some like really good, I'm just like, whoa. And then there's like some really bad music where I'm just like, please make it stop. This tiny little blue flame. I'm not gonna be painting that piece. Because it's so little, but there, you can see a little better. Little blue piece. It gives a really nice effect. It's very, very subtle whenever you have light coming through it, but it gives a nice effect of that, like, kind of the blue part of the flame that you just barely see. Disney. Bless their hearts. Okay, so we need to cut this. This is like not supposed to be like this. It's like a dagger. Ugh. So we're gonna just kind of break that off. Cut a little bit, grab our pliers. Easy peasy. Now it's nice and smooth. And then we're gonna try to emulate the same angle on this side, just so it looks intentional. Like that. Sharpie comes off of glass really easily, by the way. So I can just wipe it off and it's fine. It's not permanent. Okay, so there's those pieces. Let me grab Greenwood. I think he wrote the Peanuts theme. Ooh, I'll have to check it out. So these, we're gonna use our super fine liner brushes, these tiny little guys. I think that's all we're gonna need. I'll do the medium one. Yeah, we'll use this one just in case. I doubt I'm gonna need the medium one, but we're just gonna have it because I want it. Okay. Almost fell. Don't mind me. It's the second time on this stupid stream that I've almost died. In like the most dramatic way possible. I didn't almost die, but good lord. Okay. Tripping over my headphone cords. Good Lord. So this is our paint. I don't know if I'm going to use the white paint. I don't know if I'm going to do the light with white and black or just black. I'm going to, at a minimum, just do black first and then see if I want to maybe add like the white later. But it is our PBO Vitreo 160 or Pideo, whatever you want to call it. Who cares? We're gonna paint our flames first. You can barely see what I'm doing. The Disney company has released some sick things in the last several years. Like what, my friend? What are you referring to? I think I'm just gonna freehand this, and I'm gonna use the tiniest brush first. Normally what I'd like to do is mark everything out with a Sharpie, but it's just so small that I don't think I'd be able to get the right effect by going over Sharpie. Let's move this up here. I personally don't really like Disney, so I don't disagree with you, by the way. Hey! Thanks so much for hosting. Welcome. Long time no chat. How are you doing today? Oh, okay. I need to not block out the camera with my head. This is like kind of a test run too. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get the effect that I want. This paint is a little tricky to work with. It's very transparent, but it's really thick. That's kind of nice. I can barely see what I'm doing. Doing alrighty yourself? I'm doing really well. We're pretty close to being done with this commission up here. And right now I'm working on something for the funsies, which is this lantern that I'm painting the details on. This is like a test run, as I just said. I don't know how well this is gonna work or if I'm gonna like how this looks. Thank you. Chill stream. Yes, we're chilling. Chill stream day.
Ice cream. Ice cream.
Hey, thank you so much for the ice creams. I really appreciate it. And lemons. My goodness, y'all are spoiling me today. Now, I don't know if there should be like straight lines like this, or if I should maybe incorporate some like wavy lines, like get real wild with it to give some more like texture almost. Wow, this is terrible. We could even kind of get crazy. Can you paint solder? No. So all of the glass has to be unfoiled, and then you use, to get the solder the color you want, like black, you have to use a chemical called patina. Now, the good part about this paint is that if I don't like it, which this, I'm not liking how I did this. Maybe though, I don't know, it kind of looks like flint. It's not perfect. Nothing's perfect. But if I don't like it, then I can just scrape it off. Like, it turns kind of rubbery almost, which is really convenient for me. Love Life, welcome. Thanks for subscribing. It's on my YouTube. I am not a Twitch affiliate yet. Can I paint? Yes, I'm going to trust my intuition. That is going to be completely covered by the foil, but it's okay. Same with that this down here.
Wow.
Yeah. Solder. I know, it's an American thing, man. I don't know why we do what we do. Hello, Kimberly. Welcome. We're painting right now. You can barely see what we're doing. Just let me know if you want me to move the camera down. I don't know how well you can see the details. Like, on my screen, it's really small. That's what I thought it said too. I'm not going to lie. It like takes me a minute. Like, I always think it says soldier. Nasty little brush, man. I need some more black paint. This one, it's over a year old now, so it's like thickened up a bit. Which is not ideal. I can't hardly see what I'm doing. This piece is so gosh darn small. My good golly gosh. Is my head in the way when I do that? Kind of. Oh my lord, y'all, this is just not ideal. These are not ideal working conditions. Kind of looks like a flame. A little bit. Like an illustrated flame. I don't know how we're gonna do the candle, but let's just get into it. Let's just let our intuition guide us. Let our intuition illuminate our way. Stop. If I were a waxy candle, what would I look like? I'd have a little drippy coming off of this side. Little dripple. Now, the thing to be cautious about when using this paint, if we do really fine details, sometimes this can be not as sturdy when it comes to polishing, and the paint can come off. So we're gonna try our best. We're gonna just see. Martyrdom, the other day when I saw your stream, you were like, oh man, I have the memory of a goldfish. And oh, thank you. I have the memory of a goldfish, so I say things and then I'm just like, people respond and I'm like, what did I just say? So you are the real MVP for reminding me what you were laughing at. Thank you. He said that and I was like, damn. I'm so glad I'm not the only one. Oh, perfect. I was just gonna accept that I said something funny and I was just like, alright, cool. Tight. I don't like this super tiny one, so I'm actually gonna move on to the next size up. The issue with this paint is that it will kind of like, instead of evenly coating the brush, it'll start like balling up, and it's very irritating. Like it'll start suctioning up the brush and ball up in the middle of the brush. It's stupid. What does a candle look like? Like, does it have... Does it look like a candle? Maybe we need some more stuff up here. See, this is what I'm talking about. Instead of being evenly distributed on the brush, it like balls up. Like it's super thick. I don't think you're gonna be able to see what I'm talking about. I think it's just because this paint is old and it's not working with me right now. Like it's just thick. I don't know. That's all I got. Like, I think that's fine. Let's put it in its home and see what it looks like. Thick paint is the worst. And these aren't that expensive. I mean, this was $8, which this lasted me over a year, and there's still more in there, but it's just like I didn't use it fast enough. I do want to like try to incorporate painting into my style more, but this is the first time we're getting to like really experiment in a while, so I'm glad to have you all along for the ride. That actually looks pretty dope. I kind of like how that looks. So that's what we have so far. I feel like I could add some more stuff down here. But I think the main thing is gonna come from the light rays. So let's see how we can do this. I think it'll be easiest to kind of visualize if I have the whole thing put together. I don't know if I'm gonna add any details to the brown parts because it's a pretty thick glass, so you don't really see too much coming through the brown. And I would have to clean up the brown glass too. I didn't get the residue off of it. So let's test this with a Sharpie. I just opened the Sharpie so we can kind of get an idea. Whew. Hi. I'm painting. It's my turn. You want to see him? What happened?
It's okay. The A string popped again.
What had happened? Oh,
It's the A string still burning there in the
Yeah.
saddle.
look at
Should
the.
be popping A strings. Oh, it's nice.
It's nice.
It's nice. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
So-
gonna take some Sam Ash.
The other day I was talking to a streamer and I mentioned Alex Jones' Prison Planet.
Okay.
And they joked because we were talking about music.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they said, what about like David Icke Lizard Mother?
Wouldn't that be awesome?
I laughed so hard. And then I started talking about the Dandelion Conspiracy, and I was like, that should be the whole album. The first David Icke Lizard Mother.
Or wasn't there like an Alex Jones, like a fake Alex Jones quote where he's like, "Government doesn't want you to know that ducks are free. You can just go to the park and get a duck. Anybody can own a duck."
It made me laugh so hard, though. I just was reminded of it, though.
It's funny. Yeah. So. Go up there tomorrow, I guess.
Where?
Sam Ash. I'm just gonna have the guy, because we tried to file the burr out,
Yeah.
and it should be gone. I mean, it held up for how long?
It was a while.
Like more than a month. Probably almost 2 months. But the string came out with the root again from the saddle. So that means
Ew.
right there.
I hate him. Yeah.
Right where it broke is where there's something on there. Something really teeny.
Yeah.
We might just have to file it a little bit more. But yeah, so it sucks. Like I wouldn't be mad if it was my E string, because you know the baby one always goes first.
Yeah.
But it's the fact it's an A string. Poor minute, it's just like, well, I guess I'm done. Unless I'm just gonna play guitar solos. Anyway, I guess it has nothing to do with your string.
That's okay. It's pretty chilled out. I appreciate the company.
Alright, well, how much more you got?
I don't know. I wanted to like work on this a bit more, but I finished the almost finished all of the iris, so I'm gonna solder it tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah,
That was quick.
it wasn't too bad.
It's a lot of big pieces, it looks like.
It's a lot of big pieces. Like the main cost of it comes from like, I think that's gonna probably use like close to like 3 pounds of solder, like 3 rolls.
Yeah.
So that's where like most of it comes from, is that like the materials just cost so much.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go eat some tacos.
Okay.
Guess I'm done playing.
Shiru Slayer, welcome. I'm just gonna, I think I'm just gonna draw these on. And then I have to make my TikTok video about it being my 1-year anniversary.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And my stream, I guess, too.
Okay, beautiful.
Thanks. I think I put everyone to sleep with the piano music. This is gonna be neat. I wonder if I could add like some stuff around the edges. I don't know if that's necessary or if I should just keep the flame. Hi, CJ. I don't know how interesting watching me paint Sharpie lines onto glasses, but whoops. This is like generally how I want it to look. Generally. So my thought was, so let's test this out. Like, since I'm just doing it, like I have to clean the glass anyway, so this can be our test run. Maybe like we could use white. No, we should use black. It's just you're not really gonna be able to see the black paint on here. That's the issue. And I want it to have like the illustrated look. I don't want it to be a mixture of black and white. Oh, this'll look fine. This'll look downright dandy. If we paint on details, you can't even see it, so I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep working on it. Sunbear, is that piece of clear glass with the flame in it? How did you cut the flame area? Aha! So I have a ring saw, which is how I cut these pieces. Ouch. So it's pretty wild. Like, this is just... So yeah, I have a ring saw, which is what allows me to do really complex cuts like that. Otherwise, this would not be possible. I would have to divide it right down the center. So, ring saw, ring saw. Let's use this for reference, actually. I didn't add any detail. Tight. It's very subtle. I don't know if this is worth it. Like, this piece is cool. I think it'll look good once I like go over it multiple times, but I'm not gonna fiddle with this right now. Yeah, the ring saw is really cool. The ring saw is like very useful for me for doing stuff like that, because really what this does, because I have it, it's really let me like set everything apart, like my work apart from other people's, because I can do stuff like that. I think I'm gonna call it a day though. I'm really hungry and it's 6. I said I was only gonna stream till 5. So I'm gonna go and make myself some food. I really appreciate everyone hanging out with me and keeping me company while I got some work done today and while I did my little like extra side thingy. I will be back tomorrow to solder everything that we did today. Yeah, thanks so much for hanging out. I really appreciate you stopping by and chit-chatting for a bit. So yeah, I'm gonna be back tomorrow to solder, and I'm gonna try to just be as calm as possible and not mess it up. So I will be back tomorrow. I don't know what time, potentially like early afternoon, like 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, so I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day,